Welcome back, my duelist friends. Casual Duelist back at it. Feeling a little bit better this week. And it's Monday, so happy Monday. Let's start this week off. I got a little bit of a Magic Monday for you. And we're going to do this differently because what I'm going to be talking about today is a commander deck. And rather than bring out a stack about yay big of cards and sit here for like 25-ish minutes talking about how you play a singleton deck, instead, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to talk over some of the key points of the deck, and then I'm going to give you a link to my moxfield. It's going to be down in the description. And I'm going to give you that link to my moxfield, and there you're going to find like the full build. All right. Because again, I mean, I was a little worried about doing these types of decks because again, like I was saying, like you can have a pretty big stack of cards without having any like real content going on. So let's just talk about it. Today's deck is going to be a Commander Mono Green. We are focusing around my boy from Lord of the Rings. We're going to be Legolas, the Master Archer. And basically this deck is just lovingly called the Fight Club, because that's what we want to do. The effect on this commander, he's going to have a very cool defensive stat spread. He's a 1/4. He is going to cast in on 3. We have abilities of reach, which makes sense because he's an archer. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Legolas, he gets a 1/1 counter. And whenever you cast a spell that targets a creature you don't control, Legolas chooses to deal damage equal to its power to up to one target creature. It does not have to be the one that was targeted. Just if I target something that's Legolas, cool, he gets more power. I target something that's not mine and not Legolas, boom, I can go ahead and slap Legolas's power against one of those cards. It's not a traditional fight. Consider that one to be a bit of the archery theme. He's going to go ahead, he's going to snipe off some of our targets. Might as well call my boy Usopp because he's going to be the sniper king by the time we're done with this deck, okay? So this is going to be our commander. He's good stuff. And again, green kind of does this a lot where they can pick fights. So real quick on like just some of the key instants that we want to play. I'm not going to go into too much of the sorceries. First card I love Bite Down. It's a very easy card to get a hold of. There's tons of cards with this or a very similar effect. 2 mana, says target creature we control deals damage to equal to its power to creature or planeswalker we don't control. Because it uses the word target twice, it targets Legolas. It targets a creature that's not Legolas. So Legolas gets his 1/1, then immediately turns around and fights not only this card, but because we went ahead and we targeted a card that was not ours, not Legolas, we get to go ahead and snipe a second one. So this is actually 2 arrows for us with a power bonus, which is good. We got Clear Shot. This is going to cast in on 3. Target creature you control gets 1/1 until end of turn. Cool. Targeted my creature. So he's going to get 2/2. One of them is going to be a permanent 1/1. The other one is a temporary. Then it deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So again, same thing. I'm going to get a double shot off the Clear Shot. And I'm going to get a little extra power bonus, which is good because sometimes you're going to need that. Defensive-wise, you're going to need some cards like Heroic Intervention. I know this one's a bit pricey. This one's closer to like a $10 card. But permanents you control gain hexproof and indestructible until the end of the turn. This is all of our artifacts. We do play some artifacts. This is going to be our auras. We do play some auras, as well as regular enchantments as well. This prevents them from destroying our land, which is nice too. So again, it's a good quick deflection. I love it, so play it. Prize Fight, again, target creature you control fights target creature you don't. Targeted mine, targeted another one. 1/1, 2 fights. This one will be a fight, though. So in that instance, Legolas will use his power against their toughness, and he will take retaliation from the card he's attacking or damaging. I do like Prize Fight, though, because you also get to create a treasure token, which will help offset some costs later, which is nice. And, of course, I had to flex this one. My friend gave this to me. Phil and I, the magic guy, gave me this snakeskin veil because he knows I loved Cowboy Bebop. And I think this is Vraska pretending to be Faye Valentine, which is awesome. Place a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. I don't think it's a targeting effect, by the way. But it will gain hexproof until the end of the turn. So we'll get the +1/1 regardless because of the effect. And then, of course, the hexproof allows us to dodge out of getting targeted, allowing Legolas a little more protection, a little more in longevity. I didn't pull any of the sorceries. There are some more sorceries that allow you to do fights. There are also sorceries that you're going to want like 3 visits. You're going to want to get some mana ramp, land ramp, just because we do want to play a bunch of spells. Moving into our enchantments, outside of the auras, which again, I think it was like a bear umbral, there was a snake umbral. They're like really good. Sometimes they're a little more expensive. There were 3 that really came to mind because of the way that Legolas works. First was branching evolution. So if 1 or more 1/1 counters will be put on a creature you control, twice that many go instead. So it's just a quick doubler. So now every spell is 2 1/1 counters, which is great. Love the Fallout art. I do have a different art, but we just decided to go with this one today. We got the Hardened Scales. Again, love the Wilds of Eldraine. Super cool set. And plus, I love like the alt art treatments that they had in the set. They're super good. The way this one works, if 1 or more 1/1 counters will be put on a creature, that many +1 are placed instead. Not 100% sure, because again, I'm a casual player. If these are both on the field at the same time, I don't know if you get the +1 and then double it. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but I haven't had them both in play at the same time yet, so it hasn't mattered. But it's good because, again, this is going to give Legolas the traditional survivability from damage. And then Innkeeper's Talent, super good one. I was lucky to pull a couple of copies of this when the Bloomburrow was brand new. This levels up as you go. You pay the cost, then you pay the cost to level it. You just keep adding effects. At the beginning of combat, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Permanents you control with counters on them have Ward 1. Again, this is basic survivability. And then the level 3, if 1 or more counters if you put 1 or more counters on a permanent or player, put twice that many instead. Super good, especially if you're going to be playing like Green Infect. You can go ahead and you can like sort of proliferate additional counters this way. But we are in it for the 1/1s. We want to go ahead. We want to build up our character just as fast as we can. So there is definitely something to be said for fortification enchantments. Artifacts, we don't use a ton of artifacts. It's probably like a half dozen artifacts. It's basic stuff. It's Soul Ring. It's Swift Boots. It's Champion's Helm. But the 2 that really came to mind here were going to be the Conduit of Worlds, because eventually we're going to run out of cards to play. Now, 1, this lets us play land from our graveyard. It's fine. Sometimes people mill us, whatever. But you need to know that. Or tap, choose target non-land permanent card in your graveyard. If you haven't cast a spell this turn, you may cast that card. If you do, you can't cast additional spells this turn. Activate only as a sorcery. So, non-land permanent, equal those umbrals, those enchantments. These enchantments are going to get popped. This is a good way to get them back. Non-land permanents also include our creatures. We only play like 5 or 6 other actual creature spells in our deck. And among them, I think one of the most notable is Reclamation Sage, for its ability to go ahead and demolish cards that are artifacts and enchantments. I think it's just good to be able to recycle that. And again, it's not a huge card, but like we play enough enchantments. We have some artifacts that are going to get targeted. We have some creatures. It's not bad. Next up, Winter Moon. This is more of a nuisance to players than it is a great mindful tech piece, but it's still worth mentioning. Players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land during their untap steps. And this is good, because if it doesn't say basic land, you choose 1. A lot of players, myself included, hate this card, or dislike this card, maybe is the better terminology here. And the reason for that is it just slows down gameplay. But Legolas kind of wants to slow things down. I mean, it's just the way that he's going to operate. And because we're using the Winter Moon, we're going to try not to hurt ourselves too much. Only going to play basic forests. So, this is the basic idea of the Legolas Fight Club deck. What I'm going to do for you guys, again, in the description down below this video, I'm going to have a link to my moxfield. It will have my full list of what I actually play. And guys, let me know if you like it or not. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I do think that this is a fun thing to be able to do every Monday. And go out, be kind to each other, be kind to yourselves. Have a great week. Good start to the week. And let's just keep the energy moving up, okay? See you guys next time. Later.